Alright, this is ArseyRC and welcome back to another episode on the AthosCraft server. So we are back on the monument that we finished in the last episode, but we didn't actually finish it, so we only did the top part of it. So in today's episode, we're going to finish the inside of the monument. Tony's going to come along and help with the railroad track, and MadMax also said he was going to come around and help with the landscaping. I also have several other projects I need to get done during this episode, so this might be a bit of a long one, but we're going to do several different things in this episode and then catch you up on some of the things that I've been doing offline. So, nothing like a good time to get started, so here we go. Alright, so here we are underneath the celebration monument, and as you can see, it's a little rough down here, and our existing underwater pathway here, which we're going to turn into part of a rail network, comes up inside. So we're going to have to make this a little better. Tony's going to work on the inside and get the railroad systems up and running. But I'm going to go ahead and make a floor and do some lighting in here. And the dirt that's around the outside really is just temporary. So we're going to make some cliffs around the outside and make it look like it's actually on a proper island. And then we will get rid of the dirt that's in here so that we can have this as a proper internal station. So we'll work on some decorations of what these walls are going to look like. We also have to work on a ceiling. We were going to have the ceiling, leave it as it is. But as you can see, the bottom of the monument and a few things have crept inside, so we're gonna have to work on it. So I've started placing a little white concrete here. I'm gonna continue doing that and just throw a few sea lanterns in so I don't get a mob farm in here, and then I'll be back. Alright, so as you see, I've done a little work, got some shulker chaos going on here. But yeah, so we filled in the floor here, and what we also did was all the glass that was here for the tunnel, what we did is we moved the tunnel back a little bit. So the tunnel's still here, we just moved it back a few spots, and we started to prepare it for the rail network. So stairs here so people who are walking can go up there, and then the middle for the rails themselves. And then we encase this in white concrete so that as you come up into the rail station, we're moving from the glass to the concrete so that the glass isn't reflecting into the station itself. We've created the doorway that'll go to the next station, which is going to be over there. Now we're going to have to finagle around a couple shops here, probably run some kind of a bridge system to put the rail network up in the air. And we'll have another station probably on the other side of the shopping district. As well as you see, I've cleared out all the dirt. We had just put that in there as a temporary stage. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to landscape the area around the monument at this point so that we are able to make this look like it's on a natural rock outcrop. Anyway, so we're going to continue. We're going to start on the landscaping on the outside. And let's see what this looks like. Alright, so I've recruited some help. So I've got Max out here. He's going to help me with the landscaping. I've got 2 of the 4 sides done already. As you can see, I'm starting to doll this up a bit to make it look good. So I'm going to have to try a few things to see what I can do. I also have to see what I can do over here because there's actually not going to be an exit out this way. So I've got the white borders in along the walls already. And I'm going to try and get some depth in here by using some darker stones laying in behind. And I also don't want to see lighting. I've got some end rods in here, and they'll stay because that's part of the rail network. But inside here, I'm going to try and not have any sea lanterns or any torches or anything shown, but it has to be obviously mob proof. So we're going to work away at that, and we'll be back.
I need to go up
All right,
here.
so the gang's all here. I got Job, Tony, and Max now helping out. So hopefully this will go good. I don't know if Job's really helping out by throwing carrots everywhere, but but yeah, we've got the gang all here. So hopefully we can get this done, and we can actually have the this monument done on the anniversary, which happens to be today. So we've got a bit of a deadline here, so we got to get it done. So this is later that night after we had done all the construction that we're going to do for today. So we're going to show this to you in the view of a tour rather than showing you us building and everything as we go. And as you can see, we are getting ready. We've got 9 people online right now, and everybody's getting ready to view the show. And as you can see up in the vines there, we've got a couple jokesters trying to get a good picture and a good show. Look at that, Job and Fireman up there, and we're just waiting for the last couple people to come on to the to see the show, and then we'll get it started. All right, let's get a countdown going. 3, 2, 1. Pause for dramatic fashion. All right, let's start it. Is it working? Ah, there we go. All right, so we got some fireworks. Yay! Happy anniversary, everyone. Happy first year, a full year on the AthosCraft Realm. We're into season 2 at this point. I don't think we're going anywhere for some time. Yeah, it's quite beautiful, isn't it, Filthy? So, Joe and Fireman are, count me maybe, are flying through the fireworks. Here, let's give it a try. Just like, that's actually pretty cool. Look at that. Take a look at it from a distance here. Looks like a real fireworks for a celebration on Canada Day or July the 4th or whatever fireworks celebration you do in your country. This is awesome. Oh, awesome. Anyways, happy anniversary. Alright, time for the tour, boys and girls. Everybody's here? Alright, we're going red carpet. There's cake. There's celebrate. Come on in and reveal inside. Yeah, just let them know. The red carpet. Nobody's in Discord chat right now, so we decided to do this without the chatting. So here's the inside of the rail station. We've got lighting. Tony came in and built a fantastic train station, transfer station. I'm going to refer you to Tony's video for this one in order to see how the railroad works. I will put a link down in the description to that video. So he built that railroad, and it's fantastic. You can use the buttons to go forward, left, right. It's just like a roundabout that you see in a lot of countries, especially England. And Rav has joined us. Nice. Better late than never. So, why is she going backwards? Rav, you're going backwards! Too funny. So she has to push her way through. The buttons aren't going to do anything for her. That's funny. That's funny. It's, I guess everybody's going to do things their own way. Oh, that's funny. Fire. This is how much she does so much. That's funny. Alright, so let's go on upstairs and go for the next part of the tour. Alright, so we got these water elevators here. We're going to go up. And this is the first time that the members on the server, other than Tony and myself, have actually seen the monument and the signs and all that. So let everybody enjoy some cake, read the signs, and recollect on the server. So Filthy's asking about the Crook Award. That's because Job on Season 1, when DC Star first joined the server, he's like, yeah, I can give you a Silk Touch pickaxe, but you have to give me some gold. And obviously his first-hand server didn't have any gold. So it was a long-standing joke that for weeks and weeks and weeks, DC owed Job a lot of gold. And now Job's asking about Greg. So Greg was an Iron Golem that DP, or Bulk No Regrets, had captured with my help via a leash from a village, and he drug it all the way through the nether, all the way to his base, and was his guard at his base for a while, until one day when he accidentally hit Greg when he was trying to do something, and then Greg went vicious and attacked him. So he ended up having to kill Greg. So Greg's memorial has been brought forward into Season 2, and we'll probably keep Greg's memorial for quite some time. So after the tour and everybody reading the memorial and the fireworks and all that, we decided to have a little get-together and just have some fun. And so I believe MadMax and I are out at the racetrack. So MadMax has built a horse racetrack out here. And you put your bets inside that dispenser there. And then you line up. And right now there's no good starting system. Oh, Max is counting us down. All right, so Job doesn't have to count. So Max counts. So 2, 3, 2. There's a delay in the text. So as soon as he hits enter, he read. But it takes a second for me to see it. So he got the lead. His horse is way faster than mine. What the heck? I got caught on a couple. Oh, he got caught in a corner. Can I catch him? Can I catch him? Oh, he made that one perfectly fine. Can I catch him if he gets caught? No, I was catching him. Damn, he got it. So he wins the bet. That's pretty fun. I almost got him. I almost got up on a couple bad corners there. Alright, so after a almost catastrophic creeper incident, we're lighting up the whole area and fixing the area where creeper blew up when, as you can see in the chat, Ravna's first death happens on the server. Sorry, Rav. Gotta point it out. I got it on tape. That's funny. Job just mentioned Rav dying in the chat. Rip. We did notice, but you can see a few lines up. But we were trying to busy fixing the creeper hole and everything. And it's so funny. Rav is like, I almost got away without nobody knowing. Job had to point it out. So Cal invited us up to show us something, and what you got? Greg, iron. No, that is not the iron ignite, is it? That is not. He's typing in chat. Oh my goodness, he brought it from Season 1 into the season, and he has the original ignite for the. He has the original ignite from Greg. All right, perfect. We'll leave that there, and maybe we can carry that ignite forward for each season as we go forward in AthosCraft. Keep a memory of Greg. So here I am in my base. You'll see there's a couple small changes. The first one is I have 16 more chunks dug out here. That is fantastic. So what I did was I took a little idea from the Hermitcraft server, Tango Tech, one of my favorite hermits. Actually hasn't been online in quite some time. He's been working on some mods. However, he on the Hermitcraft server needed a really big dig out, and you know what? I dug out this entire thing by myself, and I was so sick I didn't want to dig anymore. So I took 20 diamond blocks and hid them in these areas, and then advertised on our Discord server and said, "Hey, dig my bits, this is live. Keep whatever you find. There's 20 hidden diamond blocks." And you know what? 2 days later, I had 16 chunks dug out. Sweet. Thanks to all the members of the AthosCraft server who came over and did their best and dug, and hopefully you enjoy the diamonds that you find. Now, that's not the only change. You'll see the floor. I went ahead and this took me several hours, but I went ahead and changed the flooring for chunk alignment. And the way I did that was easy. As you can see, I have the chunk shader on, and that shows me the lines where the chunks are in my base, or anywhere on the world. It's actually really helpful when you're doing when you're building. So I use those lines really quickly, and I replaced the stone slabs with stone brick slabs, and that allows me to very quickly see where the chunks are in my base, and I don't even need to have the shader on now as I've got this done. So the third thing is where I'm standing. I am standing on a platform, and I just have to admit one thing. I'm a glutton for punishment, and I do it to myself. So, a couple of members have already tried to build iron farms, and using villagers and playing them around, and it is frustrating. It is extremely frustrating. There's bugs, they're not perfected yet, and everything. So, I watched several online videos. I watched Silent Whisper, I watched several others on iron farms in Bedrock 1.12, and there is nothing that is easy and nothing that is even close to what we used to have before the Village and Pillage update. However, I'm glad for punishment, and I'm going to try something. So what I've done here is I have to work from the bottom up because I'm already at y = 9. So I'm working from the bottom up. There's a chest there, 4 hoppers in behind it, half slabs on top of those hoppers, and then a chamber. At the 3rd glass pane up, I'm going to put some lava. So on the 2nd glass pane up will be some signs to hold the lava up there. The lava is going to be in the 3rd pane. So if iron golems do fall, they're going to fall on there. They're 3 blocks high, so at 2.5 blocks we're going to have lava, so we're going to burn their heads off. Sorry about that. But anyways, and then all their items will drop onto these half slabs, which the hoppers underneath will pick up. So this platform here is the spawning platform where the iron golems will be able to spawn. And so I'm going to actually have water streams on this layer, and they're going to fall into there. Above this, so going to leave us 3 space here so the golems can spawn in this area. We'll probably end up with a ton of cats and things as well, and we'll burn them up too. Or they'll just run around in the bottom of the chamber. We will place a bunch of half slabs and a bunch of beds. We need at least 20 beds to get iron golems. If you have 40 beds, you can have up to 2 golems at a time. And it increases from there. And then we're going to put a bunch of villagers. Now we need a minimum, I believe we need at least 10 villagers. So if we have 10 villagers and 21 beds. Now I'm going to go big here, and I'm going to go for 20 villagers and 40 beds. I don't know if I can fit 40 beds on here, but we'll see what we can do. I also know that the iron golems are going to spawn from the center of the village, which I'm hoping I'm going to set up directly above this. And I'm going to do that by setting a bell up there. And then once that center of the village goes, from the center, golems will spawn in a 16 by 6 by 16 area. So 3 up, 3 down, and 8 blocks either way. So this platform allows for 8 blocks around the center, and that's perfect for water flows. So we can have water flowing them. So this chamber will be the drop chamber with the lava, and everybody will die. So, glutton for punishment. Here I go. I'm going to keep building it. Hopefully it all works out. I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so I've made some progress here. What I've done is I've added the layer and the walls on the bottom there. And as you can see, I've put some water streams in. So what that does, I can go down in here. What that does is that no matter where golems spawn, or anything spawns for that matter, they will get sent into here. Trick to the watering with this, to make sure you get no dead spots, is you put water in the corner, and then you skip 2 blocks, and then you put water sources along every one. And again, you skip 2 there and there. So you put 1 in the corner, to skip 2 on both sides. You do that all the way around, and that will give you a perfect water stream. Alright, so I'm up on top of what I've made as a little AFK spot here with a lever so I can flick that so I don't get logged out automatically. I have a water tower to go up here, and then there is the final result. Now this took hours and hours and hours, and I actually found out that getting the center of the village over top of that hole wasn't quite as easy as I thought, so I ended up having it sort of skewed. So just in case, I built a whole second water killing system on the right hand side just for those items or cats or iron golems who could spawn over on the other side. I've yet to have one spawn outside of this area, so they're all spawning inside, but it's an idea that it's not perfect. So I'm going to have to work in creative and create a newer version, a cleaner looking version of this, and then I'll probably post a tutorial on my new Redstone channel, which I'll link will be down in the description. So, but for now, I'll take a little tour. So what I did is I created a villager breeding system way over here. Sorry, I'm recording this sort of out of order, so I have another video to show which tells you what all this other stuff is. But so right here I have a villager breeding system, which I put 2 villagers on there. I fed them a bunch of carrots. When they had babies, the babies fell down past those fence posts right there into the water, and then I was able to minecart them by picking them up in this corner and move them all the way over to here. That process took hours and hours and hours to do. You had to wait for the babies to grow up and everything. So I have 2 kill chambers down here, and I've stolen a bunch of iron out here because I was doing another project. But as you can see, so far it's been working pretty good, and I did steal 2 stacks of iron out of here for another project I was working on, which you'll see in the next video. And here you can see I've got a few here. So not many iron golems spawn on the second platform, but some do. And the problem is if even one spawns over here and I didn't have this platform, then they'd just wander around down here on the ground, and I wouldn't get any iron because you can only have so many iron golems at the same time. So you've got to kill them as fast as you can. So what we'll do is we'll go up and look up top. Now what I've done is I have all these villagers here, and so I was able to re-roll their stats quite often by deleting their workstations and adding them again. And as you can see, I actually have a pretty good trading system in place. I have maxed out most of these guys' trades. I have a few more to do to get them back up again, but obviously I do have the ability to get mending 6 books. This is 16. I've got a 12 in my other village. And then sharpness 3 and multi-shot. So there are some good villagers here. Efficiency 5, we haven't found a cheap one yet. I think 48's the cheapest we have so far. But yeah, so you can see there's the bell. So that would be the center of the village. And as you can see, I have all these guys. Now I was moving them around. I threw a bunch of beds in here. Some are higher than others because I had changed my mind halfway through. As I said, I need a cleaner version of this. But this one actually functions and it works. So, and the rates are probably the same or maybe a little better than what Silent Whisper's rates have been so far. So, I'm happy with this so far. So, after an AFK session at the iron farm, I ended up with about 9 stacks of iron over about a 6-hour AFK, which is actually better rates than I was getting before the village and pillage update. So that's actually really encouraging that we're actually getting decent iron farms. So I thought I'd end the video here with a little bit more celebration. We had a second fireworks show the next night to celebrate with a couple of the members who couldn't see or couldn't be online for the first one. And so at this point, Tony and Garth and a few other people were online watching as we celebrate the first anniversary of AthosCraft one more time. And a huge shout out to our community. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. So if you liked this video, please hit that like button. And please consider subscribing and hit that bell for notifications. And we'll see you in the next one.